Hey everyone, it's Nicole with Molly and Laszlo, and we're here today to talk about moving forward in whatever capacity that looks like for you, with knowing that you are a child of a disordered parent. So, I'll share what my experience is with that. After I realized, finally admitted to myself that there was serious issues in the relationship, and that, honestly took a hard look at what was really going on with my mom. That takes a bit of unpacking to begin with, right? To like fully accept, and I think we talked about that last week, fully accepting what that's what that entails, what that's really about, and that what your childhood was actually like. And this doesn't necessarily have to happen in this particular order, right? It can happen simultaneously. But the full on acceptance is then accepting how, and it comes into using the word boundaries also, but how you want to move forward in your life, which is actually, turns out, fully connecting with who you really are, what who your true self is, like who you really are, your true self, what that looks like, what that sounds like, what that feels like, because your whole life you spent, you were a little bit there, right? Your true self. But so much has been dictated of what to do and not to do that you live in that fear-based state, like you're going to disappoint, you're going to get kicked out of the family, kicked out of the tribe, because all the love was conditional. So it was with disordered parent or disordered personalities, all of that love, what they call love, is transactional. So how it's going to benefit for them solely. So and then there's so many directions my brain is going, but they don't have a true sense of self. They don't even look at it that way. They look at how they can control and manipulate others. So they try to look through your lens at times. I don't even know if they do that. They just try to have the best good version. They appear to have the best good version so that they can continue to manipulate and feed off of you. But anyway, I digress. So moving forward is connecting with yourself on a deeper level, going inward and listening to your inner voice, but also really connecting with God, and listening for God's voice or your guides or whoever guides you, because that is the only voice that is your truth. And how that looks moving forward, if you have to have limited access to the family, or they have limited access of you, should I say. Setting those, like I said, setting those boundaries where you only talk to them, or maybe you go no contact. That's all, each person, each one of you, each me, we're all individuals, so we have to do what is our truth, what is right for us. In my case, I do go limited contact. And the more that I do that, that's always I've always had somewhat of a limited, yes and no, not always, should I say, but for a while I've had a limited contact. And the more that you, for me, the more that I've had limited contact, the more I am able to be connected with my true self. Not that I haven't always had a connection, but I've always overrode it with the neural pathways that have been programmed. Same with not trusting my intuition, not trusting God, because it's been overridden. However, no longer. I still am always a work in progress. I still have to call out those falsehoods, the neuroprogramming that's not my absolute truth. So I found that limiting the contact helps me to see what I was, in a sense, brainwashed to see that was the norm and was the truth. So I don't know, for within me, I know what normalcy can look like, but as far as growing up, I didn't know what a normal childhood was. So that's how I move forward, with limited contact, with not just the disordered parent, but with that my entire family, if you want to say that. Entire nucleus that I grew up with, I raised with, my brother, my parents, which I'm at peace with. Wasn't always at peace with, but I'm at peace with how it has to be. Because, I've always been the scapegoat. I've always been the no good, bad child, so I'm just 100% proving them right now. So I'd love to hear if any of you have been the no good, bad child, or even if you're the golden child, because my brother's been the golden child, and I'd love to hear the experience of that. So if you want to share that in the comments below, I'd love to hear it. But anyway, I just want to pose that question to you. How do you move forward so that you can fully connect with your true self and continually connect with your true self and the voice of God? I hope you have an amazing day. I know these guys are, and I'm going to get outside in the sunshine myself. And we will talk again soon. Take care.